Hello and welcome to How to Automotive. I'm Brian Essick, and today I'm excited because I finally got in my hands the new Milwaukee tool high output 2.5 CP battery. So one of the things I'm excited about is there's a problem with some of the tools shutting off, getting hot and cutting off, and a lack of performance out of them. And these new batteries are supposed to help with that and make the performance a lot better. So I'm excited to get this out of the package, get it charged up, and actually put it to work to see if it really does fix the problem that I'm having. So come with me and we're going to take a look at that. Okay, so I got the new CP high output here on my right, which would be your left, and the original CP batteries that Milwaukee came out with. Both, this is a 2.5 amp hour, this is a 2 amp hour. So as you can see, there's pretty much no difference in size. They're identical. So the new output batteries are made out of a different material that's more chemical resistant than the old batteries. So when they redesigned the battery, they had automotive technicians in mind when they redesigned these. So they're made out of different materials than the old batteries. Everything's exactly the same as far as the design goes, the catches and everything, but it's a softer, more pliable plastic on the new high output battery. So I was lucky enough to attend the pipeline event that Milwaukee puts on, and at this event they unveiled the new high output batteries. So they were demonstrating how much more power and torque and how much cooler the batteries run using a dyno, and that's what the test they're doing here.
You're running that tool for minutes on end. That pack's going to get hot. Eventually that pack's going to shut down. And in these kinds of situations, that's what you're going to want to use N12 edition high output batteries. They run 25% cooler. So we're going to let this run for several minutes. And we're going to see how much work the XT40 does and compare that to the high output XT50.
So as you heard there, they claim that it runs cooler and longer and it helps prevent tools from shutting down. So that was one of the exact problems that I was having with one of the tools at my shop. So we're going to go to the shop and run our test of our own, and also then we're going to do a few repairs with it just to see if it actually hits a little harder and actually performs a little better. So here I have a right angle die grinder with the standard 2.0 battery. This is the one that gives me a little problem. So as I'm using this tool will heat up, the battery pack will heat up, and this tool will start shutting down. Also, it would just chew through the battery. So like I said, this was a fully charged 2.0 battery here, and as I was using it here, it quickly dropped a couple bars really fast, and you'll hear that it starts to shut down on me. So I'm putting a lot of pressure on it to make it shut down on purpose, to get it hot. And then we're going to do this exact same thing with the high output battery to see if it outperforms the original test here. So as you can see, after a minute or so of using it, the tool's hot and the battery pack is hot now, and it's shutting down on me. Also, you can see that it has dropped 2 bars on the charge here already, and this is pretty quick into this test. So I let the tool cool down for about 15-20 minutes. Now I've got a new high output battery installed, and we're going to run the same test here. So I was pressing down on it pretty hard, and it did shut down on me. It does feel like it has a little bit more torque to it, a little bit more oomph to it. I also believe that first shutdown was due to me pressing down too hard on the tool and just kind of binding it up. But it did shut down on me a couple times, as you can see here. One thing I did notice when I was doing this test, the battery life was much better. So it did not draw the battery down nearly as much as it did with the original battery pack. So you can see here it did not really help with the shutting down issue. It may have lasted a little bit longer before it started shutting down, but once it started shutting down, it pretty much did it consistently. But what I will say is the battery life is tremendously better than the previous model. So I ran this test for an additional 10 to 12 more minutes before it finally sucked the battery completely down. I would have been swapping out a battery pack with the old setup before. After running the test, the battery was quite warm to the touch though. So also one of the other claims is that it produces more power, so I wanted to put it to use in the shop. So right here I'm using my stubby impact here to remove lug nuts. I would not recommend using this tool for lug nut removal, but for testing purposes I wanted to check this out to see if it has more power, and it clearly had enough power to take off the lug nuts on this Toyota. So I'm using the stubby impact here with the high output battery here, and if you listen to the tone of the tool as it takes the fasteners loose, you'll be able to tell if it's struggling or not, and it easily took these fasteners off. To get the caliper bracket off, I had to use an extension with a wobbly socket here, and as you can see, it took it off with no problem, and you can hear the tone of the motor is working pretty well. Now on the opposite side, we're going to put a standard 2.0 battery in it and listen to the tone of the tool and see if we can hear a difference in the torque. So as you'll hear, it struggled just a little bit, but it was still able to take the fasteners off. So in my opinion, the high output battery does produce a little bit more torque, a little bit more power. So overall, I do think there is an improvement on the battery. It did not 100% fix the shutdown problem, but it did make it a little bit better. But I did feel like the impact tool I was using here had a lot more torque than this standard 2.0 battery. So I would say that is a win for the high output battery. So these batteries are available now at Home Depot. The retail price on it is going to be $119. So tell me what you guys think of the new high output batteries. So I'm going to be doing a ton of Milwaukee tool reviews here in the near future. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I'm Brian Essick from How to Automotive, and I'd like to thank you guys for watching.